Well, it's now cooler Wednesday. It's actually not bad weather here today, but I'm out here today to change my side light bulb because I have an LED one in here which is nice and white. Just to give you an example, it's a nice yellow element, burning filament, nice white LED. So as I say, I've got my MOT on Friday, so rather than have somebody comment on, oh, the different colours, I'm going to change this side light bulb for an LED. And every time I'm recording something, there's loads of traffic comes, so you're going to get in and take this cover off. So there's my hand, turning it, take the cover off, and then there's going to be a side light bulb somewhere in there. Right, so I'm just going to figure out which one it is. Right, so I've undone the latch for this bulb here, which is the, I think it's a dip, and then you'll see here, there, that's the side light bulb. So as I say, I've unlatched this clip there, put it out the way, pulled this bulb out, and I'm now going to hopefully just pull on that, and there's the bulb. So there you go. So that should just pull out. I'm not going to pull against the wires with my fingers, but that's the bulb there. Right, so that's me inserted the LED bulb into the holder. Now it's probably directional, so you want to do it like this first, and then that is then going to go. Oh, obviously, oh, there's a terminal popping out there for some reason, so I'll need to look at that. But you'll see the hole. Hopefully, it's not the easiest thing to see here. See the hole there? That's where the bulb goes, just pops in. Well, that's that one in. Actually, what's happened with my connector is the cylinder is kind of split, so I'll need to get another one at some point when up at scrapyard. So I've got matching LED side lights now, nice and white, nice and white. So that was a bonus cock up. So now I'm going to put back in this, I don't know if it's is it an H1 that's called, that bulb? Put that back in, and that should be job done. Right, so that's that bulb there clipped on again. So you're just going to move the latch and then push it down. You'll see the little bit there where it clips on. So that should be okay. And then the last thing to do is to put on the weatherproof cover. So I'll just double check that the getting a call there. So lights on. Just make sure everything's working fine. So nice white LED. So it's the beam actually. That one I just put in. So let's put the beam on. Yep, that's the one I just put back in. Beam's fine. Side light's fine. So that's good to go. I'll just have a a few other odds and ends to check over, and it should be ready for the MOT hopefully. Well, it's now Thursday and I've got my MOT tomorrow, as I mentioned, so I'm just going to have a quick look at the front brakes. I'll check the lights all round later, and then the other thing I need to do is I need to adjust the handbrake. I don't think there's anything wrong with the handbrake, I'm just need to adjust the cable slack, but I'm hoping everyone's fine with the discs and the pads, but I'll get the wheel off just now and just have a quick check. And then the other thing I think I need to do is maybe just top up my washer fluid. But apart from that, the car seems to be going fine, and then I'll find out tomorrow if there's anything up with it that needs sorted out. Well, that's the wheel removed and put under the sill for safety. You can start to see things are starting to rust up a bit now, despite having some grease and whatever on there, but there's definitely wear on the inner edge of that, but the discs and that are fine. So I'm going to take the caliper off, just check the movement of the slide pins. It's not going to be anything drastic, just check the slide pin movement, and that'll be the check as far as this one's concerned, and then put the wheel back on. There was an earlier video where I think I must have put the footage before I fully tightened this up, but I did check it at the time, but it's obviously everything's tight as it should be, but that was well spotted. One other thing, this is the first time I've used the, I think they were less than £2, the caliper hangers. So I've got that there hanging on my suspension strut. So that's keeping that out of the way, no chance of falling over. So I'm just going to knock these pads out, see if, no, they're moving fine. Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, there's no problem with that. I'll need to use two hands to put the bloody things back in, of course. But yeah, the disc, the pads are moving fine on the disc. It's moving. It's not the most smooth. That one's a bit stiffer. So yeah, these are going to come out and get greased up. I'm doing another first today. I'm using ceramic grease on the slide pins. So I've given both of them a quick clean up. That's the one that's just been done. You can see that's moving as it should. So as I say, I haven't used ceramic grease before, but this is the first time, so we'll see how well that works out. So I'm just going to put some on here, just a light smearing, and don't get any on the end or you'll get like a bubble and it'll just keep popping out. So yeah, I'll just give that another slight clean up, and then just put the grease at the maximum down to the rubber bit, but not a lot, just a small amount, just enough to lubricate it, and make sure the end's sealed with this rubber grommet to avoid any water getting in, especially if you're in an area like Scotland with salt on the roads. Well, I'm on the passenger side now. You can definitely see the effects of the salt water here. I'll just pop this caliper off. Definitely more wear on the inner edge of the disc, but they'll need taking for a good old blast and get the rust off. Everything looks okay. I checked the spring seems to be fine, so I'll just take these, in this case it's 12mm bolts, sometimes they're 14. Take that off, remove the caliper at the side, hang it up again with the hanger, and just check the the slide pins. I'm not sure if they were newer pins on this side. They look newer. I think they're the ones I got from Autodoc. So anyway, get that caliper off and hang it up. Have a quick check. Well, these newer ones are definitely not. They're definitely not moving. I'm really having to pull that, and I'm really having to pull that. So I'm going to free that off and then pop them out. So the new ones are worse than the old ones. They were the Autodoc supplied ones, and they also used a 13mm bolt. Well, that's the ceramic grease in there, moving fine. And but the same with the other side, it was a bit slower at the bottom, but anyway, they're moving now as opposed to not moving. So back on with the caliper, get the bolts back in, get the wheel on, and then adjust the handbrake from the centre console. Right, so I've lifted up the centre console, and there's the nut that needs to be changed. I can't remember if it's a 12mm or not, but I'm going to get a ratcheting spanner or wrench and give it a little bit of a nip up. Right, so that's 12mm. Not the easiest thing to do while you're on your right knee, holding the camera with your right hand, leaning on your right elbow and flicking the spanner, but it's getting there. It's only moving probably about 1/10 of a turn at this rate, because I'm trying to let you see what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm going to do that, and then I'll check the handbrake pull. Well, I think that's enough. There's still plenty of travel there. I'll take it for a run tonight to make sure. Next thing I've got to do, just top up my washer fluid. Well, I recently started using the tablets for the screen wash, and it seems to be quite good. So I'm just going to give that a quick top up. I used to just make it up in a milk bottle container, 2 litres. And that's that. And then I'm taking the car out tonight for a run. I'm going to a pal's for a cup of tea and a biscuit, of course. So I'll check that, and then if I need to change any wiper blades or that, I'll know. I don't think it's going to be freezing conditions tomorrow. So that's probably it for now, and I'll get back with the outcome of the MOT on Friday.